glad you're with us. New tonight, Gilbert Gottfried on our Great American Panel with Senator George Allen tonight. And Ramos and Compion are free because President Bush commuted their sentences. They will speak out tonight, 9 o'clock on the Fox News Channel. And we hope you will join us for that. Gordon, Lakeland, Florida, next on the Sean Hannity Show. What's up, Gordon?
Thanks for taking my call. There's one particular stimulus that I understand that you're against, but I'm for, and no one has been able to make a good case for it yet. It's the students that are deep in college debt. And here's why this is one stimulus that I think that you should support as a conservative. Students are overcharged big time. The quality of education since 1957 has gone down, but the price has gone up about 930%. And another thing, the Sallie Mae should stop.
Hey, Gordon, stop right here. Okay. Why do I want to subsidize? You know, look, we spend all this money on education. We've got one of the worst educational systems in the world because we're pouring money down a sewer. Now, hang on a second. Wait, one second. First of all, there are expensive schools and there are cheap schools. Okay. And now more and more you can even get your degrees online. And I did not, years ago it had a bad reputation. Let me tell you something. I know more people completing degrees online and working really hard doing it. You know what? So the world has changed, and it's going to continue to change. So I'm telling you, why do we have to be responsible for paying for somebody else's education?
Hold on, can I answer that?
Yeah, I want to know. Now, why? Make the case.
The money was given to the student loan guarantors, and when they found out that they could charge students a price that was far above the free market value and bankrupt students and still not be out money, they're irresponsible actions. In other words, the bailout, or the stimulus, if you would, was going to the student loan guarantors and the colleges.
Hey, Gordon, I know, listen, you got to understand, it's if somebody wants an education, why can't they go back the old-fashioned way? Take out a loan. Why don't they take a year off and work for their money? What if they do?
I totally agree with you. I totally agree. But here's the problem. When the price is 930% higher than it was.
Hey, Gordon, you keep repeating yourself. But, Gordon, here's the point. You don't have to go to expensive school. There are cheap state schools.
I went to Florida State, and it was one of the cheapest state schools, but I am very deeply in debt.
Well, then, listen, was it worth getting your education? Is anything in life worth working for anymore? I mean, you know something? I'm just getting fed up. I got to be honest, Gordon. I am fed up with everybody's entitlement attitude. I deserve an education.
I don't want
to... No, you don't agree with me because you're complaining that it's not going to your specific area of interest. You're not disagreeing with me. You know, look, I'm telling you, I need a car, I need health care, I need babysitters, I need a college education, I need a baby bond. You know, whatever happened to the land of the free, the home of the brave, get the government off our back, let's go out and work really hard, play by the rules, pay our taxes, and leave us the heck alone. I mean, I'm just telling you, this entitlement mentality is taking over the land. But there's no such thing, ladies and gentlemen, as a free lunch. We're going to pay the price. As a matter of fact, we won't probably pay it. As John McCain said, it's generational theft. Your children and your grandchildren are going to be on the hook for this. I am telling you, for the rest of their lives. They will never be able to recover and pay back this massive amount of money that we're talking about here. You know, the Salt, Harvish, Marsh, Mouse, my God, what a necessity for the stimulus. You know, this high-speed rail, there aren't enough commuter planes from Anaheim and Los Angeles into Las Vegas, for crying out loud, and cheap flights at that. We have to build a high-speed railway so Harry Reid can get reelected, and we're going to use taxpayers' billions to do it. Well, we can't tell people to be responsible for their sexual activity because, man, Hannity, you're living in the 1950s. So we're going to spend $600 billion on sexually transmitted disease research. And then, of course, we got to pay back these guys at Acorn because they helped us get elected. And then we're going to tell the American people this is all a stimulus. Folks, I've had it. It's at some point, when are you going to do for yourself? And I'm telling you that in spite of all this false hope and these platitudes and these bumper stickers that you're being fed, and this belief that your gas is going to be paid for and that your mortgage is going to be paid for, it's an outright lie. And if you want to be successful, there's only one path towards success in America. And that is take responsibility for your own life and don't believe that the government is in any way, shape, manner, or form going to be able to help you out in your life. It's just not true. But I'll tell you this, if you develop marketable skills, you get a good education. If you get up at 6 a.m. and you go to bed at midnight and you're working all day, you're going to succeed. That formula, no matter how much they take, you're still going to be able to succeed. And that you can take to the bank. That you can depend on. That you can count on. That they release all the information relating to Pelosi's knowledge and involvement so that we can prove that Nancy Pelosi is a liar. There can be no more excuses. And once that is demonstrated for all to see, she should then have to resign. So this may ultimately end in a good way for the country. And that is the most radical left-wing San Francisco speaker ever in history will no longer be speaker as a result of her lying and purposely misinforming the American people. How's that? All right, let's get to our busy telephones here. Then we got Financial Advice Friday coming up. Gordon, Lakeland, Florida, on the Sean Hannity Show. What's up, Gordon?
Thanks for taking my call and letting me be the lead-off caller. You remember me, your liberal friend from Lakeland, that wanted some relief on tuition. But, Sean, we have a problem. You are 10 times more liberal than me, about 9 or 10 times more liberal because you support the tuition tax increase, okay? And I don't guess you view tuition as a tax.
What tuition tax increase are you talking about?
Now, tuition is technically a tax because the state institutions of higher education are owned by the government, in most cases, are funded by the government in all cases, and strictly regulated by the government.
No, Gordon, what I'm supporting is that these institutions need to financially be able to stand on their own 2 feet. In other words, that they shouldn't be hang on a second. We already dumbed down our entire population through government schools. Our government schools are mediocre at best, and they're an utter failure at worst. So I don't want to extend it any further than we currently are, either before kindergarten, pre-K, daycare, or after 12th grade. And I think at some point people have got to be responsible for their lives. And I'm saying the worst thing we can do is subsidize college education for people because we can't afford it any longer.
Well, I believe it or not, I agree with you. But the problem is we are subsidizing them through continued bailouts. Now, the problem is that the tuition has increased about 30 or 40 times, and when you adjust it for inflation, it has increased about 10 times since 56, 57. Now, since it's a tax and you supported the tuition as it is, you technically support a tenfold increase in the tuition tax.
Hey, Gordon, you didn't hear my position. I'll repeat it one more time. I'm saying that they ought to be able to sustain themselves and that the taxpayers ought not foot the bill for them, period. And if they can't, then they should close down and we should sell the property, and that will help hopefully pay off some of the debt that we're currently accumulating. All right, let's go to Howard next Terry has been hanging in there a long time in Virginia. Hey, Terry, how are you? You're on the Sean Hannity Show.
Hello, Sean. I just wanted to say it's an honor, and I'm very much a political novice. My dad has been listening to you for years, but it's very new to me, and I've never had a political hero before, and you're my first political hero.
Oh, you're very kind. Well, I'm very glad you called, and I'm glad you're interested in world events. These are troubling times, Terry, in many ways.